Hey guys, Michael here with Verus Engineering, and today we're going to put a big UCW wing on our C8 Corvette. We're going to start by popping this engine cover here and getting started. Here we have all of our pieces and parts to the actual lower mount that the wing is going to mount to. These are going to be the plates that are up inside the trunk area. These are the plates that sit on top of the painted body panel. These are your pre-cut double-sided tape sections. These are your studs that are going to screw into these top plates. Optionally, you can put some blue Loctite on these when you install them. I'm not going to, because on the other side there's a nylon lock nut. So it's personal preference. But I do want to note that on these studs, on one end there's a 3mm Allen and the other side is not. So we're going to use that 3mm Allen to tighten them down in there. These plates are left and right. These are also your templates for drilling the holes. So once we're in there, we're going to put that up into the trunk like so. Line that up with the body line of the panel and physically use this to drill our holes. So that is all our hardware for the base plates and the mounts. Now I'm going to move on to the uprights and the actual parts of the wing. Here we have all of the parts and pieces to mount our wing blade to the base plates. These are our two options of uprights here. Our carbon end plates with the adjustable slot. We have the hardware that will mount the uprights to the wing blade. Some screws, washers, and some nylock nuts. We have a couple socket head cap screws that will mount the upright to the base plate. Some M4 hardware that mount the end plates to the actual wing blade. And then we have these countersunk washers here. They're all nice black anodized. On the back side they have a groove for an O-ring. This O-ring is so that when you tighten it down, it doesn't actually damage the end plate. So when we tighten that down, we want to make sure that O-ring is there and not dislodged. Aside from that, and the wing blade itself, which is too large to show here, that is all we need to mount this to the base plates. And we're going to go mount those base plates right now. Before I begin actually drilling the holes in the trunk, I'm going to prep our base plates here with our double-sided tape. So you can either put the studs in first and then the double-sided tape. That's what I'm going to do, just to make sure it'll clear the holes. But I'm going to take our studs, remember Allen side out, so we can use it to tighten it down. Start a couple of these with our 3mm Allen. Alright, those are all good and snug. So now I'm going to see where this lays, just like that. Then I'm going to clean all the area that this is going to sit. That's all nice, clean, and dry. Take this, it's going to be white side down. Start peeling it up. Just like so. Making sure there's no bumps or folds or anything. And I'm going to massage this into place. Make sure we get a nice good stick, especially around where the nuts and bolts are actually going to go. And there is one prepared plate. I'm going to do that to this next one. There you have it. Two fully prepared plates here. We're going to leave these here and go mount the base plates, or drill the base plates on the car. And we'll be back for these once those holes are drilled. I'm going to show you here, this is the driver's side. And these are left and right, like I said, yet they will only fit on left and right. So there's no real good way to mix them up. So we're going to line it up with this 90 angle right there. Put it in like so. And make sure it's laying flat, nice flat, tight up against the outside here. And we're going to take our drill and drill 5 holes per side into our Corvette. Here we go. Make sure you drill as straight through as possible. It is fiberglass, so with all the dust and stuff, you may want to lay down a sheet or something to help with cleanup later. And now you can see daylight through your Corvette. This side may be a little awkward if you're right-handed, but same concept. Before we go ahead and prep this area fully, see I haven't pulled the double-sided tape off, I'm going to check and see the fitment of everything. And what I'm going to show you here is, doesn't want to go down, right? This hole, I may have not drilled perfectly straight through, so it's an easy fix. You just take your drill again, just this hole right here, and kind of make it a little bigger on one side, kind of oval it out. Just like that. And now we'll go in. Typing it in is going to be a necessity almost. Just the way you drill depends on how accurate you drill, depends on that. So I'm going to pull this back out, actually clean the surface, paint surface and everything, and then we'll actually mount it for real. So like that. And we're going to add plopper on here. You're going to want to apply some constant pressure to this. Make sure everything is stuck down, because that is going to be your weather seal now for rain and debris into your trunk. Just like that. We've got that side done. We're going to flip over to the other side, and then we'll actually start mounting the blade. Here I've got our bracket, and these will be the studs coming from the other side. I'm now going to put this on, grab one of our large washers, and one of our nylon lock nuts, like so. Kind of hand start them on everything so I don't have to hold this bracket while I tighten it down. These only need to be a couple foot-pounds, nothing super tight. 6 to 8 foot-pounds. Check them again, make sure everything's evenly tight. There you have it. It's a fully assembled base plate. You can go ahead and do the other side, and then we'll go back up and put the uprights in. Here we're on our driver's side. We've got my upright here and our socket head screws. This is where we're going to use the 5mm Allen. There is a left and a right on the upright. You can tell by the way the threads are angled and how they're going to sit on here when they're bolted in. Just going to throw one in here. Just that. Start the rest of them here. I'll go ahead and tighten them all down. Nothing crazy here either, just a couple foot-pounds. I already have the driver's side mounted up. I'm going to go ahead and mount the passenger side. There we have it. Both uprights are on. I'm going to go grab our wing blade and we'll slap that on as well. We've got our uprights here and I have the wing blade. This is going to be the top mount uprights. I will show the bottom mounts here in a second. So when we first throw this up here, one, we want to have our hardware nice and close. We're going to have this front hole for the front hole on here. And then the neutral position here is going to be the second hole from the front. And then on here, it's going to be the bottom row and the second hole back. So second hole back on here, second hole back bottom row on the wing blade itself. I'm going to throw this up here and show you that yes, there is some deflection between the actual mount on the blade and the upright. That creates tension and rigidity within the wing and actually makes it stronger. That is normal. So, throw one bolt in here, hand start a nut so it's supported. Do the same thing on the other side. I'm starting with the front one since it's the easiest one to locate. And then like I said, going to be second hole back. And there we are. You're going to have our 4mm Allen and a 10mm for the nut on the back. Go ahead and tighten that down. And then we will throw on our end plates here in a second. On the table here, we've got our V1X wing blade for our C8 and the vented end plates. What I'm going to do now is this back groove here is for a gurney flap. So I'm going to bring it over, I'm going to put on this gurney flap, show you which direction it should go, and walk you through the steps on how you should take, what you should do before you put on this double-sided tape. Here we have the Gurney flap for this V1X. Just going to go on this rear groove here. I've already applied the double-sided tape, but you want to make sure that you treat that groove with your 50-50 alcohol mixture with water and the mounting surface on the Gurney flap itself. I've peeled back an end on each side, and I've actually done it in the middle as well. In case this red breaks or something, I have another option. So I'm going to go ahead and start placing this. And you want to line it up with the very rear of the wing here. I'm looking at the right side of the wing here. So orientation of our end plate. The slot is going to go towards the top and towards the front. So that puts our regular hole in the rear here. And grab our fender washer with the O-ring in there. I put it in all the way so that I know my O-ring stays in place. I tighten it enough to where it'll hold the end plate on its own, but still can move around. And then start my screw. That way I know that O-ring doesn't lose its place either. And I'm not going to be able to do it here on the bench, but you're going to want to line up your top and bottom edges parallel to the ground. So I'm going to kind of eyeball it here. It's going to be somewhere around the middle, probably around there maybe. Call that good. And not super tight, just got to be firm to hold it in place.